There's something about the feeling of cringe that just makes me internally violent. I get this sense of both disgust and embarrassment put together, and you get cringe. And that's basically what I felt this whole time making this video. And sadly, I'm gonna have to expose y'all to this, because today we need to talk about Ingrid Andress. She's a country singer who butchered a national anthem performance at a baseball game or the home run derby event. What I'm about to show you guys moving forward is going to be content that's based on cringe. A lot of cringe. Before you move forward with this video, make sure you're in a healthy mental space, because this is going to be a lot to bear for some people. But I need you guys to watch this video so you can understand how bad this performance was and why many people are even dubbing this recently one of the worst national anthem performances of all time. Let's check it out.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
If I had to tell y'all what really got me about that performance, it was really the fireworks more than anything. It was when she was like, and the rockets red glare, ba 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 ba, the bombs bursting in air, ba 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 ba. You can clearly see from that clip there, first of all, I wasn't going to have you listen to the whole thing. I'm not that heartless of a person. Like, why would you think I would do something like that to you? Like, what is wrong with you? Anyways, she was chosen to sing the national anthem, and of course she just butchered it. She's not the first, and she definitely won't be the last to do it. The country star and four-time Grammy-nominated singer performed the Star-Spangled Banner at Texas Globe Life Field, but many social media critics said it was a swing and a miss. No pun intended there. My ears are bleeding, the baseball writer Michael Schwab said on X, one of the worst national anthem renditions ever. And I didn't have to show you the whole clip of the national anthem, only because it kind of dragged on. It was started off a little slow, so I felt I had to trim it down. Plus, I wanted to avoid any copyright infringements or whatever, in case that was ever a thing. But it was pretty bad. There's really no way to candy coat it. It's not a, oh, maybe she was trying something new. Maybe she was trying to add a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor to it. No, it was actually pretty bad, and admittedly, it was cringe. She messed up, but then there were other people that were also still supportive of her, saying like, hey, like, maybe she's doing a little bit of spice or something. That's about it. The article will continue on to say, I'm so sorry. I'm sure Ingrid Andress is a wonderful person, but that is one of the worst national anthems I think I've ever heard in my whole life, said Sports Illustrated writer and podcaster Alex Carr. Even the local police department in Illinois chimed in to poke fun at the singer. So let's dial it back. Let's talk about Ingrid for a moment. So Ingrid is basically having a really, really bad day. She did disclose not too long ago, like after the whole performance, probably like a few hours later, she did say that she did drink last night, and drink to the point that she was drunk. She was hungover, and of course that affected, her performance. She went on to Instagram to say, I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help that I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to MLB, all the fans, and this country I love so much for that rendition. I let y'all know how rehab is. I hear is super fun. XO Ingrid. I do understand she was trying to poke a little bit of fun at the whole situation. I get it. I'm not putting her on a cross for this here. But I didn't like that last part where she says, like, I heard rehab is super fun. I don't think that's something that you should take very lightly. Alcoholism, or at least that's what she's implying here, because she didn't really confirm, hey, I have alcoholism, I need to check the rehab. She just said she was just going to rehab. But going to rehab isn't fun at all. There's people that go into rehab because they're trying to break their dependency from any substance that they're abusing their bodies with. There are people that go through the symptoms of withdrawal that I wouldn't even wish on my worst of enemies. I don't like how she threw in that humor there. I'm just saying she probably could have thrown in some humor there, but could have worded it differently. Now, with all of that put to the side, I will say that I'm happy for her for acknowledging that whatever she's going through is not healthy for her, and she definitely needed to seek professional help. And maybe, you know, butchering the national anthem at a home run derby was a wake-up call. Like, hey, like, why would you even go out to drink the night before the performance? Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do something like that? Hey, she's going to rehab, which implies that, hey, this is a lot deeper than her than just being irresponsible. She probably has an addiction. Not saying she does, because she didn't disclose it, but she probably has an alcoholic addiction that she needs to get addressed, and she's going to get it cleaned up, and I give her the credit for that. And it's like the saying goes, admitting is the first step when it comes to any sort of addiction or any sort of substance abuse that you may be going through, and she's going through that first phase of that journey. So props to her on that as well. Moving on, I did mention before that this isn't the first time someone has butchered the national anthem, and we're going to play a game. I'm going to show you 2 other national anthem performances, and you let me know out of the 3 you see in this here video what you think is the worst national anthem of all time. This one that I'm going to show you next is by Roseanne Barr from 1990. So Roseanne Barr did get a lot of backlash from this, and it wasn't even just the singing that pissed off people, because they were saying the way how she was singing was a little bit disrespectful, it was obnoxious. They thought that she was just gonna at least make some sort of effort to sing. Of course, Roseanne Barr is not a singer, she's just an actor and comedian, but it's what she did here after singing the national anthem that made people really feel some type of way about her. After singing the national anthem and getting boos left and right from, you know, baseball fans, she grabbed her crotch and she spat on the baseball field and walked off with her arms open, like as if she's just embracing that negativity or embracing the, you know, the reactions, or at least the negative reactions that she's getting from baseball fans. Now, there were some people that was making light of the situations and like, yeah, well, she's a comedian. I mean, this is Roseanne Barr. What do you expect when you put Roseanne Barr in a role like this? Like, yeah, she's gonna have her own little quirks. But then there were some people that actually hold the national anthem performances of a national game with some sentimental value. So of course, yeah, you're gonna have people that would love to have a celebrity or a public figure step to the mound and sing the national anthem and talk about how amazing their country is. But then you have Roseanne Barr that comes in and she's making light of the situation, making a joke out of it, and she spits on the mound and she's grabbing her crotch like as if telling you like you could suck her dick or something like that. And yes, to that demographic of people, they're gonna feel some type of way about that. Now, there was an interview like a few years ago. I think she had an interview with Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan asked her a question along the lines of like, hey, like, in your career, if you could go back in time to fix one mistake that you made in your career, what would it be? Roseanne Barr did mention she made many mistakes in her career, or in her life at least, but she said that if she had to fix one thing in her career in the past, it would have definitely have been the national anthem from back in 1990. She felt like she could have handled that backlash a little differently there. She didn't know how to handle it. She sort of just exploded, at least in her own words. She felt like she kind of imploded or exploded. She was lashing out back at the audience and basically the nation, because I think even Air Force One or like the president even heard about Roseanne Barr and her singing of the national anthem, and he said like, yeah, like that was straight up disrespectful. Like, I don't know why she would do something like that. Now, you heard of Roseanne Barr's version of the national anthem. You probably remember this, and this was actually pretty recent too. And this actually has nothing to do with baseball. This is Fergie during the NBA All-Star game.
That our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star spangled banner yet wave? Yeah.
Fergie's heart. Honestly, I don't think she was a terrible singer here. I think people give her, you know, more backlash than what she deserved. I mean, I don't think people were ready for her energy. She had a lot of energy. Like, let's play some basketball. Like, that was kind of cute. Like, that tugged in my heart. So, like, let's play some basketball. Like, she definitely had the spirit. She had the energy. And America just wasn't ready for it. That's really just it. In all seriousness, Fergie butchered this performance to many people. I was hearing people making remixes out of this. They were saying that this is definitely like a permanent stain in her singing career. Now, I genuinely feel that people really hold some sort of like, again, like some sort of value to singing a national anthem at a national, you know, sports game. If someone butchers it, people put that over your head. They hang that over your head like, yeah, we're not gonna forget that. Like, you would think to yourself that, oh, this will blow over. It's not that serious. People are gonna laugh at it. They're gonna poke fun at it. They're gonna make memes and remixes of it. And then they're gonna move on. No, they don't. They will look at your name and say, yeah, you were the person that butchered that national anthem from a few years ago. And that is actually crazy. And I think that really just falls back to cringe at the end of the day. Because with Cringe, I think we've all had our moments where in the past we experienced a moment that provoked that feeling of cringe, and then, you know, we look back at that like, ugh, remember that time where, you know, he said this and she said that or did that, and it's like, ugh, you know, it's like, it's almost like mental trauma to an extent, and when we think back at it, we just wince. It's like, ugh, like, why am I even thinking about this? I think we've all had that moment. These national anthem performances that we witness is definitely one of those moments that we're like, ugh, like, damn, I actually heard that, ugh, like, you really thought you was doing something there? Ugh. But anyways, that's really all I have for y'all. I really had fun doing all this video editing because it was just crazy that I had to listen to this so many times. Like, all 3 national anthems here, I just had to listen on repeat just for the sake of video editing. And if I had to listen to this, y'all had to listen to it too. Sorry, but not sorry, I guess. But until then, y'all, that's about it. Peace.